come join us today?
Oh yeah, I got here before you guys got here. I got my signs out. I already went up and down. The name is Shawn.
Good for you, Shawn.
Let's hope we get some of these people to wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, you can't be this stupid.
Yeah.
It's illegal for Uber and Lyft to fix the pricing on all these independent drivers. That's illegal under the antitrust law. We ought to be able to stop them just from that. When there's price fixing involved, you don't have to show that anybody is dominating the market. All that shit costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to prove in court. There's 2 violations you can make under antitrust laws. One is monopoly, but that's section 2. Section 1 is price fixing. And no price fixing of any kind is allowed. A whole bunch of doctors tried that shit in Arizona, and Arizona sued them, and the Supreme Court of the United States said, no, you can't fix the prices. You're doing it for supposedly a noble cause. You fixed your prices at $35 for a visit so the insurance companies can set their rates. It's still price fixing. You're all independent doctors, and you can't agree to fix your prices with one another like that. It's illegal as hell. Knock it off. That's what these guys are doing. They fixed all these independent drivers' prices. Doesn't matter if it's surge or whatever, right? The price is still fixed.
Yeah.
I can't surge more than him. He can't surge more than me. It's wrong. They're stealing from everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody in this business, and I've been at it for more than 30 years. I started out as a taxi driver back in 1989 and became a black car driver in 90. In 95, Congress amended all the laws and got rid of the Interstate Commerce Commission and created the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. I was there through all those changes. In 2002, they created something called the Riot Act, where they regulate black cars. They don't call them black cars, they call them prearranged transportation. That's exactly what all these guys are licensed to do. Prearranged transportation. It's regulated by Congress. The state passed their own little TNC law. They have no right doing that. They violate the Constitution by making the TNC law. Isn't it funny how you can get a TCP license to operate a black car for between $1,000 and $1,500? But if you want to do a TNC business, you got to come up with 10 grand for a state license. In Virginia, it's $100,000. Were these guys actually thinking about a business? No, they were thinking about raping Uber and Lyft because they know what they're doing is wrong.
That's right.
And the state's passing these laws contrary to federal law. It's unconstitutional and they're not allowed to do it. Violates the Commerce Clause and the Supremacy Clause. Nobody wants to raise this shit because the states that started it, California, then Colorado, all Democrat strongholds, all on the take. The CPUC that passed this first TNC permit shit, they collected over $10 million illegally last year by taxing the gross, mostly of Uber and Lyft. They're not supposed to collect only exactly what their budget needs are, not a penny more, not a penny less. That's what California law says, and that agrees with federal law. When they tax what these guys are doing, they tax the gross fares, even though they're taking the money from Uber and Lyft, that's illegal. Because we're all considered interstate transportation. All you got to do is take somebody from North Beach to the ship terminal there. That's interstate transportation because they're going to get on that ship and go to Alaska. Every link in that chain from when the person arranged the transportation from point A to B to C to D until they get to their final place, every bit of it's interstate transportation. Congress gets to control anything that screws around with. You take somebody here to the airport, it's interstate transportation. You pick them up, it's interstate transportation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's governed by the feds, and once they regulate it, the states can't touch it. The feds passed a law as part of the Riot Act that says no state can pass any laws, rules, regulations, or anything having the force and effect of law related to intrastate brokering of rates, routes, or services. A TNC is nothing but a permit to broker transportation. They're not allowed to pass that law in the first damn place, and Congress prohibited it. Where is Congress defending this stuff? That's one of my signs. Where's the federal enforcement? I currently have a lawsuit in federal court in front of Judge Tiger because I'm suing Uber and Lyft, the Attorney General for California.
To
You know
get
what
you
they
on
did
for
after they collected this $10 million? They came out with a resolution that said, for this next year, we're not going to collect a percentage. We're just going to collect a $25 flat fee. I'm like, wait a minute. You need to give that money back.
Yeah.
You admit that you took more money than you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Give the money back.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing that.
Wow.
Who the F do you people think you are?
Look, I'm Dash of Salt. I mostly talk
That's cool as hell.
about DoorDash. But I'm down here because you guys are getting screwed as hard as we are. So.
Well, and the way you can get DoorDash in trouble is because they violate the antitrust laws too. Who prices that stuff?
That's
does
right.
the delivery guy price what he does? No.
Yeah.
DoorDash prices it. DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, all of them. What do? They sell this product, this service, okay, with no responsibility for the cost.
Right, exactly.
They have no responsibility for the cost of gas, the car, nothing.
100%.
And then they come out and say, well, we're going to pay 30 cents a mile, guaranteed. Really? The IRS will give me 58 cents a mile.
That's right.
Not one of these guys will pay taxes because every mile that you drive with a passenger in the car,
you're losing money.
You're driving another 30 to 40% more miles just to get to the next passenger.
Absolutely.
So you got all those deadhead miles. There's no way in hell you're ever going to pay any taxes.
That's exactly
And then they say, well, Uber and Lyft aren't making money, and neither is DoorDash. That's because they're doing the same shit these drivers are doing.
Exactly.
They're scamming the tax system because they're
Yep.
making money hand over fist. It's just that they are able to take advantage of the tax laws.
Absolutely,
It's
man.
a scam, the
Hey.
whole damn thing.